Sleep is one of the key pillars for longevity. During sleep, 60% of our glymphatic system is active. That helps in getting rid of toxic metabolites, misfolded proteins, and even delivering nutrients to our brain. And therefore, a deep sound sleep is very important for our overall, brain and cognitive health. Secondly, during sleep, our cells, our microbiome, our body gets into a repair and maintenance mode, right? And our body produces a signaling molecule called nitric oxide that tells stem cells to mobilize and differentiate into different tissues to repair and replace dysfunctional cells, and therefore to extract the maximum benefits from the sleep. You should have sound sleep, deep sleep, as well as your body should be producing enough nitric oxide, and therefore your oral health is very important because your oral microbiome stimulates production of nitric oxide, and your body should not be undergoing systemic inflammation because systemic inflammation could lead to uncoupling of endothelial nitric oxide synthase, which is required to produce nitric oxide, right? Now the question is, what disrupts our sleeping patterns, right? So if you're using fluoride-rich toothpaste, fluoride can get inside your pineal gland and it could disrupt your melatonin production, which is required for our deep sleep, right? Second, when your gut microbiome is imbalanced, it cannot produce serotonin, it cannot produce GABA, it cannot influence production of dopamine, it cannot influence production of melatonin, and therefore you have these deficient sleep and disruptive sleep patterns, right? Then when your gut microbiome is imbalanced, it could produce certain toxic metabolites such as ammonia that could travel to brain via gut-brain axis and cause inflammation in the brain that overactivates HPA axis, that leads to high cortisol level that directly impacts your sleeping patterns, right? Then your gut microbiome and even oral microbiome could produce lipopolysaccharides that could directly interfere with your sleeping patterns, right? Therefore, even if you are using smart rings to track your deep sleep, REM sleep, it is not going to help until and unless you understand and elucidate the underlying cause of, what is causing, gut microbiome dysbiosis, what is making your gut microbes and oral microbes interfere with your sleeping patterns.